Make some noise for yourself. Oh my God, thank you guys so much for coming. This is great, this is fantastic. What a turnout, couldn't be happier. And real quick, we just make some love, some noise for the owners of the shop, Alessandro and Marco, real quick. Fantastic shop. If you guys didn't get a chance to shop earlier, please come back. They have like the coolest clothing, records, and homewares, and it's like ever changing, so you never know what you're gonna find. It's fantastic. Oh man, I'm so excited to be here. We have a great lineup. Just heads up, unfortunately, due to the undoing of DEI, there are no women on the show. But don't worry, we got the next closest thing to one, an Asian man. So it's gonna be good, it's gonna be good. Oh, yeah, there we go, we're warming up. I don't know about you guys, I've been trying to be more mindful and like empathetic about other people that face daily hardships. Like for example, the homeless population, the LGBTQ community, Tesla owners. Oh, those poor suckers, man. They bought those cars in 2015. Ooh, trying to do something good for the environment, end up inadvertently supporting a white supremacist. Talking about buying the ultimate lemon. Oh my God. Oh man, it's crazy. No, Tesla, it's gotta be nuts to own one because like, it is a car. You can't just like hide a car and not use it for a while. Like owning a Tesla is kind of like if the only piece of clothing you owned was a Cosby sweater. You had to wear it every single day. Right? It's in like in a way a Tesla is a drivable Cosby sweater because like you're gonna look cool in one, but a lot of people are gonna have questions like, hey, what are you doing in that? No, I try to be optimistic about Elon. You know, he's like our president now, so don't have a choice. Try to be optimistic about him, less biased, but even when I try, my mind still twists it and makes it dark. Like for example, I'll think to myself, well, hang on, he did do some good for the environment. He made like efficient electric vehicles, that's very great. But then it just goes dark real quick. I'm like, well, wait a second. He'll use that same technology just to make efficient alternative gas chambers, and it's gonna be insane. That was for my Jewish friends. No, it's crazy. It's weird. He's our modern day super villain. He really is. He checks all the boxes. Extremely wealthy, check. Interested in space technology, check. Questionable past, check. Asperger's, check. I'm kidding, of course. That's my least favorite thing about him is that he has Asperger's. It makes me feel guilty for like judging him so much. But then I remember he ruined Twitter. Fuck him. Come on. Oh, jeez. No, I am worried. Like DEI and everything. Like Google is taking away Black History Month from their calendars. It's very, very crazy times. Like it makes me worried that it's gonna trickle down into serious matters like Supreme Court cases. Like my favorite Supreme Court case is Loving versus Virginia. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's the case of Richard Loving and Mildred Loving versus the state of Virginia to make interracial marriage legal. And they won, thank God. Like without them, my parents wouldn't be together. I wouldn't be with my white-ass wife. It's great. I'm so so grateful for it, especially because like I think it's just a beautiful thing that brought so many people together. But at the same time, do you ever think like the relationships are accidentally ruined? Like there's gotta have been a couple that day that hear the court case, like, oh my God, let's celebrate. They're out all night, they're drinking, they go home, they make love, and something just feels weird. They don't know why. They're just laying in bed, thinking. And eventually one of them just goes, I kind of miss the danger. I don't know. Yeah, no, I love interracial sex. That's great. No, it's nuts. It's crazy. I am proud to be Asian. I'm proud to be a minority. We got some minorities in the crowd. Shout out to you guys. It's fantastic. White people, you should feel left out right then. No, it's great. One of the things I love about being a minority is when I get to hang out with other minorities, because like we get to play this fun game called like positive stereotypes. And like the way the game works is basically like I'll hang out with a friend, we try to one-up each other on who has a better positive stereotype. So my friend Devon, he's black, he'll be like, hey man, you know what? You're Asian, you passed every math test, you're just good at school, everyone just assumes you're gonna do great in life. I'm like, all right, that's fair, but you know, you're black, you know, everyone thinks you're naturally athletic, like you get picked first in gym class, never had that fear of being picked last. We go back and forth a little bit, then he goes for a low blow, he's like, hey man, police don't murder you. And I went, oh, I really hate losing, so I gotta go lower and easier. everyone thinks you got a big dick. How about that? And he goes, hey man, time out. It's actually the worst stereotype to have because, like, be honest, anytime I hook up with a girl, I feel very self-conscious and anxious because I don't know if I'm going to be good enough. I don't know if I'm going to be what they want. And it fills me with so much anxiety and dread, and I hate it. And yeah, I never thought about it like that. And at the same time, I really hate to lose. So I come back and I tell him, hey man, that's fair and all, but I have failed so many math tests in my life, and never once at the end did I get to come. So hey, he's really in the wrong here. Yeah, we're still warming up, guys. Asian guy making jokes about black people, Black History Month. No one knows how to act. No, it's fun. It's crazy. Next weekend, very excited. I have to fly back to Oklahoma, where I'm from, for my best friend's wedding. I get to be the best man. I'm so excited for him. I'm absolutely thrilled and terrified for myself. I don't want to get on a plane right now. Absolutely terrifying. They're going down left and right and upside down. It's awful. Like, I haven't seen this many plane crashes since my friend was blackout drunk trying to feed his newborn. Here comes the plane. Look, I know that's a silly joke, but I also think it's kind of like the cutest one about people dying. Right? It's cute. How crazy is that? They're offering $30,000 to the passengers for the accidental land upside down thing. Very crazy. What's craziest to me is that they're still calling it a voucher. It's like, oh, that's weird. That's very strange. I would take it. I have a terrible gambling addiction. So I'm gonna, hopefully this plane crashes, it'll be great. Oh man. No, I've cut back on drinking finally, something I needed to do, right? I needed to work out for my health. But mainly the reason why I did it is because every time before I go out with a group of friends, one of them would always pull me aside and give me like a pep talk. It was very humiliating. Like, I felt like I was the worst kid on a Little League team and they're the coach. Very similar conversation. Just like, hey, come over here. How you feeling? You look good. You ready for tonight? Like, just remember, it's all about having fun, right? You don't need to argue with anybody. Be a team player. And dude, don't even worry about scoring, okay? It's going to be great. And remember, look out for whiskey dick. All right, let's get out there. My coach was a pedophile. We're warming up. Pedophilia, black jokes. What else we got? No, I definitely, now the secret, the way I've slowed down on drinking is kind of dumb, because now when I go out to bars, I just drink non-alcoholic beers. But like, it doesn't feel good. Like, going out to the bar and having non-alcoholic beers, I just feel like a cuckold. Right? Like, technically I'm there and having fun, but I'm still just jerking off on myself in the corner. It's the whole thing. We're warming up, jacking off. We got that crossed off the list. No, it's fun. It's great. It's just the drinking. I drink like 6 of those in one sitting. It's crazy. Like, I even asked my wife, I go, hey, like, the fact that I can't quit drinking non-alcoholic beers, does that make me an alcoholic? And she looked at me and was just, no, you're just a binge drinker. Which is like the thing your wife says whenever they don't want to leave you yet. Like, maybe he'll turn it around. maybe he's not that bad. Oh, jeez. How did you guys hear about the show, real quick, out of curiosity? What brought you here? Just yell it out. Fire. You say fire? Oh, flyer. Jesus Christ. Woo. That's cool. That's great. Oh, man. No, I'm very excited. This week was a big week. I had a friend fully transition to a man. It's very beautiful and very happy for him. Like, I couldn't be more proud of him. You know, he would not like that no one applauded it. No, fuck him. He's not that cool. No, but I'm very happy for him. I couldn't. I support him and everything. But there's one thing I can't get behind with the whole transition change. And please don't tell him this, but it's his new name. He had so much freedom, so much choice, and yet he chose the worst name possible. His new name is Mel. I asked him, I go, oh, so you just shortened Melissa to Mel, right? He goes, oh, no. I chose it after my favorite director, Mel Gibson. Like, He identifies as a man and an anti-Semite. Fascinating. Told you he sucked. Oh man. Oh Christ. It's crazy out there. I have this new bad habit, that's sleep habit that's really affecting like my wife more than me. I feel terrible about it. It's like in addition to snoring and moving around in my sleep, I started doing this thing where I sleep punch. And the last time I did it, I managed to two-piece her in the back of the head. I don't know if you've ever punched your lover in the middle of the night. Not easy to explain. It was terrible, especially because I was asleep on the couch. She was in the bedroom, so I had to sleepwalk over her. It was rough. No, and I feel very guilty about it, especially because like in my dreams I am fighting my wife, so it's very very complicated. No, I love that woman. Despite the sleepy domestic abuse, things are going very well. I love her. She's my best friend. She's great. And I think one thing that makes our marriage like extra special in a way is that she's actually the only woman I've had sex with, like ever. It's cool. And I think it's very special. And I remember like whenever we finally did have sex, like I was excited. I went and high-fived all my friends. It was great. And then like 2 days later, I was like, I should probably let her know about this. Like it'd be weird if I didn't. I was very nervous, and I was hanging out with her. And I was like, hey, just so you know, like the other night that was my first time. And she just stares at me and she's like, yeah, I could tell. I could tell. But no, she's lovely. She never once teased me about it. She never once like made fun of me for it, or like even going out drinking with her friends, they never brought it up. The only time she brought it up was the night we got engaged. Like we were celebrating, fooling around, she was on top, and she was like, oh yeah, you like that? I was like, oh, it feels so good. She goes, you're damn right you like that. That's the only pussy you ever had, the only pussy you'll have, you nerd. And I came immediately. Beautiful. Love that woman. I think one thing that made our marriage extra special, last year we did the love language test. Like we figured out like how to better show love and affection for one another. It was great. I'm not happy with mine. My result, very dumb. I don't like it. It's stupid. I feel just like a Neanderthal. I'm sure a lot of the guys here have the same love language. It's just touch. Like that's all that makes me feel appreciated and cared about. So like for example, sir.
What am I doing?
Well, now I feel something for you. This is kind of sweet. What's your name? I love you. No, it's weird, but my wife's is so much better. Like, it's more sincere and thoughtful and sweet. Like, hers is acts of service. So now, like, I'm very mindful. I try to, like, make sure to do things for her without being asked and make sure, like, the apartment looks nice. And it gets a little weird sometimes because, like, I'm so mindful of it. Like, we'll, like, start making out and just take off each other's clothes and I immediately start folding them. And it's just very backwards. Like, I would think to myself, like, maybe tonight I'll make the first move. And then I walk past the sink. It's a lot of dishes. Hey, I'll just masturbate tonight. Get some non-alcoholic beers. It'll be a good time. No, it sucks having love language be touch. Like, I see, like, I'm falling for my physical therapist, Dunstan. I love this man and his beautiful hands. Like, I see a physical therapist 3 times a week right now. So that means 3 times a week I consider leaving my wife. And it's not a healthy pattern to have. No, yeah, I see a physical therapist 3 times a week because I'm currently recovering from a torn ACL, MCL, PCL, and meniscus. Yeah, it's really fun stuff. I just got off crutches, thank God. And what's funny though, like when I was on crutches, everyone was very sympathetic towards me. Like they were very polite and nice. And the thing is, like they'd always want to guess what happened. So I'd meet these people and I'd be like, oh my God, like you okay? What happened? I'd tell them I tore everything. I go, oh, what were you doing? Like skiing, snowboarding? I go, no, actually I was skateboarding. And they immediately flip. They go, what? How old are you? What are you doing? Jesus Christ, man, grow up. And it baffles me because, like, to me, snowboarding and skateboarding are very, very similar. Like, there's nothing very different. Like, it feels like if I was at a party and everyone's doing cocaine, and I pull out one crack rock, and everyone just flips out. But it just goes to show you, people only like rich white people things, and Black History Month. No, that's crazy. It sucks. I don't know if you, like, tearing all that shit in my knee was like the worst day of my life, and I don't know if you guys have ever had the worst day of your life occur surrounded by 10-year-olds at a skate park. It was very humbling. It was terrible. I tried to grind down this rail I jump off, leg gives out, I scream in agony, and I'm just laying there. And then lo and behold, not even 30 seconds later, a 10-year-old kid comes up behind me, does the same trick on the rail I tried, lands it perfectly, rolls away. And ever since then, I've been praying for this kid's death. It is insane. Like, this happened in Los Angeles. When those fires were going on, I was like, come on, get his ass, get it. Yeah, fuck 10-year-old kids, they're crazy. Yeah, I'm a 32-year-old adult skateboarder. Yeah, I hear the sadness forming in the crowd. It's weird, man. It sucks. Like, because the thing is, like, I skateboard, something I love to do, is something I really enjoy. But the funny thing about it is, like, I'm also a teacher. So, like, during the day, I hang out with teenage boys, and I clock out of work. I go to the skate park to hang out with more teenage boys. Like, I hang out with teenage boys not only for business, but for pleasure. It's very strange. It's weird, especially because these kids, they're so cool. Like, I want to impress them all the time. Like, I buy them cigarettes they never asked for. It's a great time. And, like, thankfully, like, they accept me. Like, we are friends. We're friendly. Like, we follow each other on Instagram. And, you know, that's weird. Because, like, skateboarding has its own vocabulary. So, like, we'll get done skating on the park. I'll go home and I'll get a DM from one of these teenage boys. And it'll just say, hey, man, 6 sesh today. And I heart it. I'm like, oh man, thanks. You know, I felt like I was a little out of practice, but I really appreciate it. That was nice of you. And he goes, no, dude, that backside lip slide you did, phenomenal. You know, I hearted bashfully, and I was like, oh, come on, I don't know. I feel like I barely kissed the rail. And he responds, no, you slid the whole thing. And yeah, long story short, I'm fucking these kids, and it's great. Are you guys ready for your first comic of the night?